Welcome back to another episode of the Cast Patrol podcast. You're joined as always by myself, Mick, Jimmy, and Age. Boys, the New South Wales and Queensland teams have been announced. But before we get into that, we have a special guest. You've heard of Nostradamus. It's Age Stradamus. Because Age, you made a bold prediction at the start of the year that's come to light.
Edwards, number one. I told ya. Teddy's gone.
Huge.
And it took a lot of balls for Madge to finally make that move.
Massive call.
But I think it's the right one. Dally M leader. Penrith are playing good footy, and Edwards, yeah, he deserves it. He's won 3 comps, and yeah, cop that.
Wow, so all the people that doubted you, big fuck you to them.
Well, a lot of people are saying I want what he's on and all that stuff in the comments, but
Yeah.
it's good that Edwards finally gets the recognition he deserves, and I'm happy.
Came at the right time.
I always say it, if anyone's going to play for my life at fullback, I want Edwards. He's safe as houses. He doesn't stop. I don't know how fit that bloke is, but yeah, he
got
can
an
go all
engine.
day. So promising signs.
But we got a huge episode in store today. We're going to go over the Queensland changes. As you're aware, everyone knows the changes. Everyone knows who's in and out. But we're going to go through them in our own sort of style. We've got a round 12 review. We're looking ahead. Round 13, the bye round, the Who Gives a Fuck Cup round.
We'll still go over it. There's still a lot of
We'll still
stats.
preview it.
Yeah.
And bringing back play on or penalty, Jim's
Yep.
favourite segment.
Yes.
Jim's only segment.
My only segment.
The only segment. But no, he does love it. But let's get into it. New South Wales and Queensland. Jim, let's start off with Queensland because I feel like they're the easiest to dissect.
Yep.
Only notable omission, Dave Fifita. Is that it?
Big
Big
one
omission.
as well.
Yeah. I didn't see this one coming.
No.
But I respect it. I respect it from Slater. He's put he's got a standard, and Fifita wasn't playing up to that standard for whatever reason. Or
What standard is that? Because from my eyes, Fifita's been one of the best second
I
rows
don't
in the
know.
comp.
Like it might not even just be from how he's been playing. It might be like just the little things, those little 1%ers.
It has to be the little things. It has to be something to do defensively or little efforts.
just
because
those little effort areas.
he's been barnstorming, hard to stop, scoring tries.
Yeah.
And the way he played against Broncos, he was running off the back fence, off the kickoff, catching the ball and just sprinting at him.
Do you think anything in the contract with the Roos had anything to do
I don't
with
think
it?
so. I think, he was in the squad last year. So, again, for whatever reason, he hasn't played up to that potential, that standard that we saw him last season, and he's been left out. But I think, the squad that Slater's picked, it sort of picks itself. Cobbo on the bench is interesting. But
Apparently, in their last 6 games, 4 of their outside backs have gone down with a HIA or injury. So
yeah.
I think he's looking ahead trying to cover that, but Jesus.
I think he knows his middle forwards can play minutes as well.
That's another
like
thing.
Carrigan, Cotter, they can go all day.
Lindsay Collins,
Yeah.
they'll go all day. And then obviously you've got Fodawaker, who probably been out of form this season, but he'll play a role. And Hopgood obviously
He'll
gets
probably grow a leg playing for Queensland.
they usually do. And then Hopgood gets his debut, which will be good to see. But it'll be
What I
interesting.
don't understand is how Piakura and Kafusi get in the extended squad, but Fifita doesn't. Like,
Again,
how does that make sense?
I don't know.
Fifita's been one of the best second rows all year.
He has.
Maybe
So
they're just-
thank God, as a New South Wales fan, he didn't get picked.
Oh, 100%. Maybe they're just
Fucking-
trying to say to Fifita, like, we're not picking you 100%. Like, there's no,
Yeah.
is he coming in? It's rather just
Yeah.
settle.
Go work
Yeah.
on yourself, maybe game 2, game 3.
And then obviously the other one, Tommy Dearden in. He won the race obviously over Ezra Mam, but
Fear the deer, baby.
he's just an origin player, Dearden.
He's a gun.
Like he
Yeah.
just gives 110% for the Cowboys every week. And I think if the players sort of jump on his back and give the same effort, we'd be a far better team.
And he's your future 6 anyway.
100%.
Once Munster's
Yeah,
done. So,
yeah.
it's a no-brainer. I did want to see Mam there, but I feel like it was
Mam's got
probably a
the
bit
squad.
too soon.
Mam's in the squad.
Mam's in the squad.
Yeah.
But
Like we said, Dearden's been there, done that. He won a game
he's a
with
safer
them.
option, isn't
Yeah.
he?
He won the series, didn't he?
Yeah.
with
Yeah, I think
Queensland?
he won the game 3 with him or something.
Yeah. So yeah, that's obviously good. And then the other one obviously we spoke about. Yeah, no Fifita, Nanai and Sewer in the back row.
What about Harry Grant facing illness? Is another Queensland
I
game
don't
they're
know.
playing? There's always
always
something wrong,
something.
isn't there?
There's always something wrong, but I think he'll be fine.
And they always overcome it.
Must have caught it
So-
on the flight to Queensland.
Yeah, something like that.
But
Must
let's
have.
let's go through New South Wales because new coach means new changes.
Mass changes.
Yeah.
So Phil Good said 2 weeks ago, you're going to see some changes and you're going to be shocked. And he said, you're going to be shocked.
The one that shocked me the most was Appy not getting picked and going Robson with no other hooker on the bench.
Yep.
So that was shocking.
So how about we start from the top? So we got Tedesco and Edwards. I mean, I can understand it. I mean, if you're gonna let's face it, Edwards has been the best player in the comp to start the year.
Look,
Well, you guys picked Teddy if you were going to pick the teams.
if Madge went and picked Teddy, would you have batted an eye?
No, I don't think I would.
I don't think anyone would. I don't think anyone would. I don't think everyone
But
would.
I would have understood it, but I wouldn't have been pissed off because I want
Exactly.
Edwards to have a crack.
No, but I think I don't think Tedesco was playing badly.
No, he's been good. He's been in good form.
to lose a spot.
He was our fullback of the week last week.
He was. Yeah.
The way I think Madge was thinking, I think he goes, if I pick Teddy now, I'm sort of set with him for the series. I'm going to give him the captaincy. It's hard to drop your captain for after one game.
Yeah.
If New South Wales happen to lose and then go into that. And look, I think it was obvious that he was at the Penrith game. He's watching Edwards live. I think it was coming to fruition.
Yeah, he ran for 250 metres, which is nothing out of the ordinary, but
Standard game for Edwards.
it is very standard. One try, like nothing crazy, but I feel like Madge is there for a few years and he's not just thinking about winning game one. He's thinking about long term, if he wants to be a long-term Blues coach. And Edwards, he's been consistent for the last 4 years, and he's young, obviously younger than Teddy. Yeah. So I think he's thinking long term.
I think it was one of those things that, I think when Jim and I picked Tedesco, it's like, we'd pick Tedesco for the captaincy, and he's been there, he's played well, but fuck it, Edwards. I'm not complaining.
If they went Edwards, I'd be like, okay, fair enough.
And then you go to the wingers, Todd, Locke, and you've got Lomax on the wing. I think that was the one that shocked me, but I feel like it was coming.
Lomax.
It was coming.
Yeah, he's been good.
One thing I will hold to Maguire, he said, I'm going to pick this team on form, and he's picked form. So I was thinking, do you reckon he went to Super Coach and he did when you do 3-round average? Do you reckon he sorted and went, fuck Lomax, Suoliti,
He's like, Suoliti scored, gotta
holy
get it
shit, Edwards, bang. No, but in all seriousness, he went on form, and I back him for holding his word.
I backed the Lomax one.
I back Lomax. Suoliti, I think he's a great player, but
I think he's solid.
I know he's leaving next year, so that doesn't really make sense if Madge is thinking long term. He's obviously there's a lot of injuries and he wants to get someone in.
Look, he left out Latrell. I think that was a big omission, but at the same time, I can understand.
Yeah.
Trell was out for that suspension for a while, came back. He's always in the media, rightfully or wrongfully, whatever. But I would have had Trell on my team. I think he's that X factor, like we talked about David Fifita, that you just don't want to play.
Yeah.
But Madge has his reasons, and I hope Suoliti goes well.
I think we had Rami in as well, but until they got flogged by the Panthers, didn't help his case.
He didn't have a good game.
I don't know if
help his
Ramian's form carried him in. When he,
I reckon if he played good, it would have been close.
Yeah, it would have been close. I think Bradman Best was eyeing up that centre spot if he didn't get injured.
Yeah, as well.
And the halves, we were all tossing and turning. I said Cody. I think you two said Burden from memory.
I did say
Birdo
Birdo.
and
We all
Hynes.
said Hynes halfback, so we got that one right.
Yep, so it's scary to see Hynes go down with a bit of a calf injury.
But Luai just played himself into a jersey.
100%.
It was crazy. It was unbelievable. The forced dropouts, tries,
He had the ball on the
tries,
string,
good kicking game. They targeted Katoa and they just stuck to the game plan. And Hynes had an absolute Barry Crocker.
The thing that worked for
To say the
Luai
least,
was that, I think everyone was saying, Luai's the last man. We already lost Cleary, we've lost Cody, the injury, Burden, whatever. But, Luai actually stood up and played against Sharks and
They won 7 in a row.
That's
and
what
they
I mean.
kept them scoreless.
Luai's done his
and he
job.
led that.
And he went back on with his strength, which is his running game, right?
Yeah.
That left foot step at the line. I think
And he kicked well as also.
kicked
so
well. Yeah.
that was also impressive. So
Front rows, Haas, Locke, Gerbo. I mean, he was always going to be there, but captain, that's huge.
I thought Yo would have got the captaincy when Teddy got dropped, but they went with Gerbo. So
I guess
he's the captain of Manly
Can your captain
as well,
be from the bench, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because obviously he didn't want to start him, but if Yo was starting, it would make sense.
I think they're
Gerbo's
leaving.
just one of those players, though, right?
Exactly. I think he bleeds blue. I mean, I'm happy with the captaincy, but I do think he's leaving that captaincy open for Cleary or Cameron Murray to come back in the side.
I think so as well.
I
a little
think-
placeholder.
Because I think if you give it to Yo, it's like, you're taking the captain of Penrith off and giving it to the other captain of Penrith, or you're giving it to the captain of South. At least with Gerbo, it's like, hey, mate, you bleed blue. We'll
But
give
if
it to you.
Gerbo wins the series, it's going to be hard to take it off him as
100%.
well.
Yeah,
So, it works both ways there. But, well done to Gerbo and 2 Manly captains captaining Origin. Queensland, New South Wales.
So
That's
last
pretty crazy.
time was Brad Fittler and Adrian Lamb for the Roosters. And before that, it was Laurie Daly and Mal Meninga.
Yes, and I think Rosie came out with a stat that Blues haven't lost a series when the 2 captains were from the same club.
There you go.
Mate, we need everything at this point.
We'll take it. We'll bloody take it.
And then I think the biggest one, like you touched on before, Age, the hooker. Robson over Coruscant. And Coruscant not even named in the squad.
No, just one hooker. So that's huge. Jimmy, as a Cowboys fan,
Mate, I'm
is that based
stoked.
on form?
Yeah, 100% it is.
You guys have like 6 players.
I know, 6.
You got a team this week?
Mate, we'll get flogged this week. But no, I'm happy for Robson. I think it didn't help Appy's injury. What was it at Leichhardt or Campbelltown when he tweaked his back, and I don't think that helped his case.
As well, Tigers losing.
And he doesn't play 80 minutes.
Losing 7 in a row too. Like,
Yeah.
you're going off form.
Yeah.
Your team
Like,
cannot
yes, he's
win.
been playing well.
I feel
but
sorry for him.
I don't know. Like, he's obviously Madge wants an 80-minute hooker.
And
Appy's
I think as well, Robson being from North Queensland, like they don't get the media attention that he would have if he was playing for
Yeah.
a Sydney team. And
I think Robson's
on.
been good this year.
Robinson's been very good.
He's found his running game, which is good.
Yeah, he's found his running
Once
game.
a quick play the ball, he's going and he's making a lot of breaks or line
And
breaks.
he'll make 40, 50 tackles a game.
Yeah.
No
he's
issues.
a bigger body as well, so
Yeah.
he'll be able to handle the physicality of Origin, and he can obviously play 80, which he needs to now.
Good
'cause,
service out of
Unless
half
Birdo
as well.
goes on the bench, like we're going to need 80 minutes from Robson.
Yeah.
Probably either way.
Yeah.
And then the back row, starting with Liam Mudd and Angus Crichton.
Yep.
Yeah, safe. Good hole runners. Crichton's deserved his spot. Been in great form. Martin, incumbent, he has to be there.
When we did our teams, it was Martin, Olak.
I think I
and
tried
Crichton.
Olak.
Crichton.
But we all
Yeah.
just shuffled him
Shaden.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to see Olak on the bench. He's a menace. Him and Lenu off the bench will be
Interesting bench.
Yeah,
Very
bit of
interesting.
aggression.
Let's get to the bench. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of impact. You got Lenu, like you said, Age, Olak.
Huddy Young.
How do you see Olak getting injected into the game?
I reckon he'll go second row and Martin in the middle.
Yep.
Potentially, because Olak hasn't played in the middle, so he'll have to go right edge, Martin in the middle, or Martin subbed off, and then
Like, you reckon early or just depending on how the game's
I
going?
reckon it depends how it goes, but maybe like 25, 30 minutes in when you need a spark.
Yeah.
And then same with Hudson, he probably has to go in the middle there unless there's an injury. And then Yo obviously will go in the middle as well.
Well, we haven't touched on, but McInnes,
Yes,
huge.
That's huge.
Starting lock, yeah. Good on him.
Huge. But he's another one that he's just an origin.
He'll rip and tear for the state.
Oh, 100% he will.
It's actually fucked it's his debut.
Like his debut.
Fuck, he's built
He's
for
just
Origin.
had locks in front of him his whole career that he just couldn't break.
Finally
He's
gets his
like
chance.
the typical Queensland like build.
Yeah.
Like he's like a Cotter build who will just work for you tough. Like we
Yeah.
don't have that. And we finally got him McInnes, so hopefully he delivers for us.
I'm happy with the bench. Lenu, like, he wouldn't have been my pick, but I can understand it. I really can after watching him against the Raiders. He was impressive off the bench. Takes those hard carries, and you know you're going to get a good 20 to 30 minute stint out of him, and that's probably what might turn the balance.
My only reservation with the bench is if a back goes down.
Yes, I agree.
Then,
If a back goes down, it's going to have to be Angus Crichton centre.
but
That's
then
what I
like,
was
is that what you want?
It's not ideal, which is why I'd have Burden on the bench.
Yeah.
And one of the second rows dropping off, probably Hudson Young.
Even then, who do you put in
know?
the halves? Like, it's
Like
a bit
if
of a mess if
Burden's
someone
there,
goes
he can
down.
cover pretty much everything. You know?
Yeah.
Burden
Or you
can
can
go
like
centre.
shuffle, like you can
Yeah.
push someone to fullback.
Yeah, shuffle someone to fullback. He could go 5'8",
Yeah.
halfback. So I don't know. There might be a late swap. I don't know what Madge is doing. He's playing silly buggers. There could be a late swap for Birdo. It just seems like
thing with Birdo is, okay, let's say someone doesn't get injured. I feel like New South Wales, their forwards, like, all right, Jake can play 80, but you don't want him playing massive minutes.
no, you don't want him playing.
Well,
80.
it's interesting because Haas can play
weird.
big minutes.
It's too fast. The Origin.
Yeah, it's-
Gerbo can play
Origin
big
game.
minutes. McInnes can play big minutes.
Yeah.
And you've got Yo,
Who plays 80 anyway?
who plays 80
do we want him
every
playing
week.
big minutes though? Like, I feel like in Origin, you want just fresh people coming on all the time.
Yeah. So maybe he might rotate his second rows and middles a lot.
I
That's the plan,
think the
I
only
guess.
pick I don't agree with from that bench was Hudson Young. I think I don't understand it. I don't know why you need to have two back rowers on your bench. So what you're trying
But
to say
Hudson's
that,
been great. But it's just having an extra second
Yeah.
rower.
You'd have a utility there.
That's why
Yeah.
I think Burton's going to play on the bench.
Or-
I don't know why.
well, we talked about. Remember, Martin twinged his hammy, so
Yeah.
maybe Martin's out,
maybe
Huddy in,
Martin's not
Olak
good.
in,
You never know.
Burton on the bench. It's all
Yeah,
theories.
it wouldn't surprise me if Burns a late change for that cover, just like how Slater's
Like
doing with
Keary.
Cobbo. Luke Keary, he's literally
think-
there just to fill in.
Kiri's there for halfback cover, I reckon.
But even if Hynes goes down, you're putting Burton in surely over Keary.
I'm not sure.
Or is Keary the next man up
Well, he
at
got
halfback?
named.
When you just put Luai halfback, Burton 5'8".
Listening to Madge's press conference, he was pretty adamant that Kiri would come in and be the man. He said Kiri said to him, whatever you want me to do, just tell me and I'll do it.
Fuck, let's pray Hynes is fit.
I agree. But yeah, that's the Origin squads. If you want some more Origin content, we will be dropping a special State of Origin preview.
Exclusively to Origin.
Yes.
Exclusive Origin
No
episode.
round 13, no round 14.
And when's it dropping,
all
Age?
Origin. This Sunday, right after the Cowboys-Roosters game.
Yeah.
You can find it there. It'll be a short 20 or 30-minute episode.
And it'll give you just enough time to get up to date from Monday, Tuesday, all the way up to Wednesday to the big game.
If you're not pumped by then, you will be, and you'll get all our tips and our insights. So, yeah, that's something to look forward to this Sunday.
Before we jump off Origin, I need to ask, who was the biggest snubbing or biggest omission from the State of Origin?
Fifita, no-brainer. 100%. If you look at the extended bench and you say, how is Fifita not better than Piakura? How is he not there over Kafusi? There's no brainer. Like Teddy, yes, but he has Edwards there, Dally M leader.
Yeah. We don't know.
Yes, but Robson's a gun as well.
We don't know what Slater's thinking.
He's trying to make a statement. That's all it can be. Either to Fifita or to everyone in that Queensland squad.
We'll never know, I guess.
But yeah,
We'll never know.
I feel bad. It's good for my draft, Supercoach draft team.
I'm leaning to Apasau Coruscant. I think that's a huge omission. Like for me, he's one of the best hookers, just behind Harry Grant, Jeremy Marshall King's up there. But yeah, Robson, I can see it still.
He has that Origin mold.
He has
It
the
makes
Origin mold.
sense.
And
He does.
the fact that he's played before gives him another tick, but I still think Appy's one of the big omissions because I think
I wasn't expecting that.
Well, he was all our hookers.
Yeah. If you're picking one hooker and you told me it was Robson, that's a bit rattling. So, yeah. But well done to Robson. He'll do a great job.
Robbo will do well.
But Appy's,
do well.
as you said, one of the best hookers. Jimmy, who are you going with?
Mate, I agreed with you.
Fifita?
Fifita.
Beautiful. First time you've agreed with me.
Origin aside, let's get through round 12 preview because there's other footy on other than that one big game on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Age, team that impressed you.
Team that impressed me, Titans. They somehow stuck in there the whole game with the Broncos.
Yeah.
And I went back on the stats. It was actually because they completed 33 out of 39 sets. So that's a massive percentage. Only 6 sets incomplete. They won by 2 thanks to a Camperera try. But yeah, that was a gutsy defeat. Feel like always those 4X derbies, they just seem to be close and back and forth. So yeah, well done the Titans and BKR. Jimmy.
Panthers for me, mate. Bounced back after a shock defeat to the Warriors at Magic Round. Mate, they were absolutely ruthless, I thought. 61% possession, 42 from 48 completed sets, 88% completion rate.
Wow.
So they ran they ran for almost double what the Sharks didn't run meters. So they absolutely dominated the Sharks. It was a great win.
With Panthers, it's boring to watch for some, but if you appreciate
Mate,
rugby league, the way they stick to a game plan and they do
so
not go
good.
away from it
No.
one bit. Their game plan was completely set, kick to Katoa, and they did it every fucking time.
When Katoa dropped that early one, it rattled him, and he's just
and they just stuck to it every time the rest of the game.
yeah.
So that's a good team when
Like they were just they were all over the Sharks early.
Yeah.
Just grinding away. I think as well that they knew as well that was their last game before Origin, before they all dispersed and the Sharks on top of the table. They make a statement, they win that.
Yeah.
Hey, you're not premiership favourites like you thought
the
you were.
streak, and then
Nah, it was
Panthers are again a massive threat this year.
Yeah.
4-peat is
It's crazy, and they're doing it without Cleary.
I know.
Yep.
My team that impressed me, I have to, boys, the Rabbitohs. I can finally say it.
Well done, Mick. You finally got your tip right.
There you go.
Finally,
Glory.
They impressed me. So much deserved win after 6 games lost in a row. The one thing I liked about South is, yes, we scored 42 points, but it was the way we were making yardage on the field. I feel like we've gone a bit sideways in our attack in some of those recent losses, and we're just not getting through the middle. This time, I think our approach was, let's go through the middle. Let's go through their pack. Keon moving to lock was huge for us. He could just make meters after meters, and it showed his work rate. 2 tries.
Keane was definitely the enforcer.
Unreal.
He was leading that pack. And even Kepi had a good game. Went off the back of him. Arrow was running and tackling. He went off HIA, came back on. It was impressive.
Just very direct. And then when they finally grinded him down there, you could see that they could put those plays on that have got him so far in the last few years. Let's go left to AJ. How about Dion? Hey, step inside out.
Dion,
Go.
debut try. Or not, first try in NRL.
Cookie,
so well
Origin
done.
centre, playing for us at left centre.
One of the best centers in the world. I don't know why we don't leave him there and leave Pistol Pete at hooker.
Unreal. But yeah, I do think all that go forward in the middle opened up Trell, Cody, and Cookie to do their game. And yeah, I think if they can stick to that game plan and use it against the teams with a smaller forward pack, we'll go a long way.
I'll tell you what's fucked. Well, it's not fucked till it lasts. We have 0 players in Origin. Not one player got selected from Rabbitohs. You go back a few years, you got stables like Trell, Cook, Murray. Everyone's making Origin.
Arrow.
So if there's a time to gain some wins and get off the bottom,
It's now.
It's now with no one being rested, no one playing Origin. So this is the period to get some wins back.
100%.
So hopefully they do. Players that impressed us, guys. Who'd you guys go with?
Mate, I went Jerome Luai. I think we spoke about him earlier. Probably had the best game he's had all year. I think he took that halves battle against Nicho personally.
He did.
For that Origin jersey. And, with that early try, that solo try, we spoke about his running game. Had the ball in the string the whole game. And, like we said, played himself into an Origin jersey.
One of the players of the round. I had him there, then you deleted it off the doc, so thanks for that.
Yeah, no, all good, mate.
Mick, who'd you go?
I've gone James Tedesco. I think he knew he was playing for his Origin jersey and he gave as much as he could. I don't think he could have come up with a better
played better than
performance.
Edwards last week. I'll tell you that much.
Mate, close to it. Like, he had his hands in everything. 2 tries, 2 tries. His 153 running meters, throwing 9 tackle busts on top. He is the Roosters' DNA at the minute, and
He couldn't have had a better game.
no, it's one of those things where I think Madge was almost predetermined.
I think Madge already knew he was going to go Edwards.
Yeah, because if Teddy came out and plays a game like that, you go, oh, okay. Well, he
Like if
smashed it,
Edwards
I
had
gotta
a
pick him.
shocker, like
Yeah. But I feel like the way that they kept him to 0 and then Edwards was doing like runs in the last 5 minutes, he just kept going.
Yeah.
It was sort of like Madge probably thought Edwards and then Edwards played good enough to lock it in.
Yeah.
So,
But
Unlucky
part
for
of me
Teddy.
thinks if you knew Teddy, he's your captain, you sort of got to consult him on a few things for the team. So
yeah.
I don't know. I think it was written in the stars for Teddy.
Yeah. It was
Who'd
time.
you go, Age?
I've gone the sex god, Toby Sexton. It
First
took
game
him,
back?
Took him bloody 12 rounds to put him at halfback
Yeah.
and leave Drew out the side. So well done, Toby. I don't think he's going to lose that 7 spot. I think
Played
Doggies
well.
fans are just sitting there like, why did it take so long? Like, what is going on? Toby Sexton, he complimented Burton perfectly. And that second half, they ran rampant on the Dragons. So, yeah, the sex god. Very impressive.
like
How
it.
about we get into our round 13 preview, the buy round edition? So,
Less
as everyone
games.
knows, less games, less rep stars. They're all out.
Yeah. But more stats.
More stats, surprisingly, from Age.
There's a lot of stats
More
this
unknown
week.
players.
But we won't go through all of them. We'll
No.
go through the most important ones.
Will you give us the best ones? Let's kick things
I'll
off
give you the
with
best
the
ones.
Eels versus the Sharks. First game of the round. Who are you going and why?
Mate, I'm going to go Eels. Moses and Gutho back this
Yep.
week. Huge inclusions. Look, they haven't been. We everyone knows they've been disappointing. Para. I think a lot of that is due to the fact that Moses hasn't been there and Gutho. So,
Are they 100% playing, though? That's my query.
well, they've been. Well, again,
They got to
look,
pass the captain's run, right?
they got named. Obviously, past the captain's run. But if they're ready to go, I think they were supposed to come back last week, but they gave them another week.
Can I tell you a stat about Gutho?
You can.
Gutho has never scored against the Sharks in 9 games.
Oh, mate.
So I don't think it's a good inclusion. But Moses, I'll give you that. Great inclusion.
Yes.
In game is very good. Eels have won 10 of the last 14 at Combank. So that also compliments you guys.
Yeah.
Who are you going, Mick?
I'm going Eels.
Eels.
Yes, I'm
Wow.
going Eels. I was Sharks until team list came out. I think Sharks were odds on favourite. And as soon as team list came out, it flipped the other way. I think, like we said, Moses and Gutho, massive inclusion.
Huge.
Blaze
I
Fleming
don't-
off the bench. I'm not sure. I feel like there's still a little bit of late drama
I
coming
feel bad
with
for
that.
Blaze. He's been one of their best, and he's been shafted to the bench.
Like I've said
Surely
for
he goes
weeks,
into centre.
you got to get
Put him
Talangi to
centre.
left centre. Just
Yeah.
fix that left centre up.
I would put Gutho, but I'm crazy because I love Talangi so much. Gutho centre, Talangi fullback, or
I think
vice versa.
Gutho's knees can't let him go to centre.
You're correct.
I thought it's the opposite. Like he's running too much at fullback.
Too much agile
Stop
work at
start.
centre. Yeah.
But Blaze has to be starting regardless. I don't know
Yeah,
what
wherever
they're
it
gonna do.
is. Chuck him on the wing.
Yeah, chuck him in there. But on the
Maybe,
flip side,
Blaze in the defensive line because he's a small body. If he puts on that size, I
Yeah.
think maybe he's got that spot. And who knows? Has he played left centre? Like, has anyone been tracking if he's
I
played
don't
there
know.
before?
But him at fullback, some clubs will
Correct.
snatch him up.
Oh, yeah.
He's a
an
talent.
I think
absolute
Dragons
beast.
are in the money for him.
Yeah, I'd pay solid money for Blaze. He looks good.
So, who you going Sharks?
I'm going Sharks because I don't mind their replacements. Like Hynes is out, Tricky Trindle's in.
Yeah.
You know, McInnes is out, Jack Williams there. They're sort of like
Like
they're not
for like.
the worst. So I'm going to stick with Sharks to bounce back.
I think it'll be a big test for him. They did it a few weeks ago against Melbourne without Nicho Hynes. So
Yeah, Atkinson probably lift
Yeah.
again.
So we'll have to wait and see if like this almost not reserve grade, but like their fringe players
Yeah.
that are coming
Yeah.
can redeem
They
it.
do have a good record against Eels as well. They won 8 of the last 11.
Wow, okay.
So that's on their side. So for you Sharky fans, have faith.
Okay, next game on the Friday night. Knights taking on the Bulldogs. Who we going and why?
Mate, Knights are on fire since they've lost Ponga.
Armstrong, eh?
Yep.
Or as What's New Newcastle calls him, Armstrong.
Schlong.
No Ponga, no problem.
Yes,
Correct.
We said it the whole time.
Fresh off the bye. Back home at Newey. Thank you very much.
Mate, they love playing at Newey.
Mate,
It
fuck
actually
it.
surprised me. They won 9 of their last 11 at McDonald Jones
They
Stadium.
love that. It's a
It's
fortress.
a huge record. It is.
Yeah.
So Knights haven't lost a single player to State of Origin. Have they not?
Is that correct?
I don't think so from what I can see
Yeah.
here.
No.
No.
There would have been Ponga
It would
somewhere.
have been Ponga, that was the only one. And maybe one of the Safidi brothers in their heyday.
So you know how, quick one on that, you know how Slater was saying he'd probably have Ponga on the bench?
That was probably.
That was Cobbo's spot A. So now
Yeah, it
Cobbo's
would've.
being
Yes.
that replacement.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But speaking of Bulldogs, they're without Matt Burton, who I feel's a massive loss for their go forward in their attack. I think most go through him. And yeah, I'm not sure
Kicking game.
Hutchinson and Sexton.
Kick-out's also out.
Kick out too, obviously.
Something I love about the Dogs is they're the only team this year not to concede 30 points. The only team. So their new defensive system is holding up strong.
It's working.
Problem is, this is a bit of a curse. They've won every home game, but they've lost every away game.
Really?
So they hate travelling.
Interesting.
So that they're away now.
and they lose
So
Stephen Crichton as
They lose
well.
Critter
They
as
lose
well.
Critter.
Yep.
They're their captain.
Knights have won 5 of the last 7 versus Dogs. For no other reason besides my Bulldog eating the shit out of Ponga and destroying him, the toy that we posted in the story, I'm going to go Bulldogs. That's it. And I need to gain stuff on you guys.
All right. I'm going to go Knights.
Yeah, I'm going Knights as well. Like we said, Armstrong's filling in beautifully and they lose no players to Origin. So it's a fresh fit team and they won over the weekend last.
They had a
They had a
bye.
bye.
The
Yeah,
bye.
fresh off
So
the
they
bye.
did win.
So it
They did
counts.
win,
2
yeah.
wins. Yeah,
They
fresh.
beat the
And what was
bye.
your stat with the bye the other week?
I think it was like 6 of the last 7 coming off the bye of 1, but now it's 6 of the last 9.
Still
Yeah.
good. Next game is Panthers reserve grade team taking on the Dragons team.
And
Who
Panthers
wins?
are still favourite to win this.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I think Panthers.
I think Panthers will win.
Dragons were bad last week, and now they lose Hunt, Sewer,
And
and
Lomax.
Lomax. It's not looking good.
That's all their guns. And they don't have much depth to replace them.
No.
That's
This
the
Panthers team is very beatable this week, but it's that Dragons team that's not in form
Yeah.
and they lose their 3 best players without a doubt.
Yeah. And like Schneider comes in. We've seen how good he is.
Like Dane Laurie's
Dane
been
Laurie,
in the
NRL
system.
player.
He knows.
Yeah. Their bench is a bit weak and inexperienced, but I feel like they'll get the job done at home. Like
Yeah.
another stat, this is another mind-blowing stat, but it's Penrith. So they've lost only 1 of the last 14 games played in Penrith.
Yep.
So speaking of fortresses, I don't think they're going to lose in Penrith. And they won the last 4 in a row versus Dragons. So hard to tip.
Yeah. And
The
it'll be a
Dragons
good
here.
chance to see some of these Panthers youngsters
Yeah.
that's been touted for a while to make their debuts or to play NRL. So I'm looking forward to this one.
If
100%.
Dragons had their full team, I'm definitely going with the Dragons, but those 3 are too big of outs, so I'm going Penrith,
Yeah.
but in a close one. So, yeah, Penrith for
You
me.
think it'll be closer than it looks on paper?
I think so, yeah. Dolphins taking on the Raiders in the next game on Saturday. Just pause quickly. I always forget how shit this time of the year is when there's no, like, extra footy for you. Like Friday, 8 p.m. game. It's a long wait after work.
The only
Yeah.
one Saturday has 2 games. So you can sort of get away with that.
Okay, Dolphins taking on the Raiders. Who you going and why?
This was a 50-50 for me. But I'm going to stick solid and go the Dolphins back at home. I thought they came out firing against the Warriors last week, and then there was just a patch there in the middle.
How did they lose that game with all the outs the
They
Warriors
just, I don't know, just took the foot off the gas, and Warriors came back. But Raiders, I just don't know about the Raiders.
Not convinced though. They play
They're just
they
not
play good one
consistent.
week and the next week they don't, but they've never won at KO Stadium, the Raiders. Fun fact.
Really?
Small sample size.
There's only 2.
Okay.
One was against Dolphins, one wasn't.
Right.
So they don't like KO Stadium.
They don't like Redcliffe.
Dolphins do love it. They won 3 of the last 4 there. So if you're going off stats, it says Dolphins and Trey Fuller replacing Hammer. Beautiful replacement there.
Yeah.
He's an absolute machine.
X Factor. Yeah.
Keen to see him back on the pitch.
Yeah, I'm
and
going
then
Dolphins
Kafusi's
too.
out. That's it. So yeah, Dolphins.
Dolphins.
And the final game of the round, Roosters taking on the Cowboys without 6 Origin stars. this could be ugly on a Sunday.
Mate, if you look at
Very
that, if you look at
ugly.
that Roosters side, considering its origin period,
Criminal, isn't it?
it's fucking crap.
So they lose Suoliti in their centres, but they get Pauga. I mean, okay.
Not bad.
They keep Kieran Walker in their halves, whereas you guys are playing Clifford and Townsend. Maybe it's the game Clifford earns that Dally M.
Yeah.
Clifford gets his Dally M points.
Cliffo.
But then I think the forward pack is the one where you probably notice the biggest difference for both sides. So looking at it, Roosters lose Angus Crichton at second row. I mean, he's one of the most informed second rows, but then they replace him in that butcher.
Yeah.
That's fucking pretty good.
And then you guys lose Cotter, replace him with Mick Ailey, who, okay.
We do love Michaeli.
We do
like
love him.
And then you lose Nanai and replace him with Finifiaki.
Which is fine.
Not bad.
Yeah, which
But
is
yeah,
good.
just a Roosters depth. Like they bring in
Yeah.
Wong and Tupanua just sitting there, you know? Like, and then Terrell Mays now front row. Like,
Yeah.
And the final one, you swap Granville in for Robson.
that's not
We don't have any bench hookers.
What about, oh mate, that hasn't debuted yet,
Who?
Purdue.
I think he's more of like a half though.
Do you know if you could chuck him at hooker?
Or like he's more of a full. I think he's a fullback.
That's actually pretty wild. You don't have a backup hooker.
No, we signed
Besides
Cole
Granville.
Lawton
Yeah, that's for next year.
next year.
Yeah, you definitely need one because is Granville retiring at the end of this year?
Oh, fucking hope so.
Oh,
Nah,
shit.
Jakes. Nah, he's
Wow,
poor Jakey,
he's
the
won
club
you a
legend.
call.
No, he's a club
He's a
legend.
club
I
legend,
love Jakey. He's a club legend. But yeah, I mean, I assume he could be retiring. I don't know for sure. But yeah, I'm not confident at all in this
Yeah,
game.
I think you
Actually,
guys
I'm,
can get
I'm
romped.
tipping the Roosters.
Well, as we said, you are a closet Chooks fan. So your true colours are
You
coming
can't
out.
lose in this match.
Both your teams are playing. So you're going to win and lose regardless.
Yeah, I'm going to go Roosters.
Yeah. We're all going to go Roosters. I'll tell you someone to look out for if you haven't watched for him. Nafua White. Is that how you say his name?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Beast. Played big minutes at lock.
Huge.
His legs are fucking bigger than both my legs combined and another one.
Yeah.
And he just
Robbo
goes
loves
forward.
him.
Oh, he's a gun.
He's an absolute
So
guy.
yeah, he's keeping Radley in the second row. So he must be pretty good.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, that probably leads me on to my next question. Which non-regular starter are you most looking forward to playing this weekend? So I think that's the best part about the bye rounds is, you lose your origin stars, but you get to unearth this new talent and go, okay, is that who my club's been hiding away in reserve grade?
Mine's an easy one. Trey Fuller. Touched on him before. Live wire. X Factor. Not a regular. So I think he'll be great to watch. Why are you smiling, Jim?
That's half scam in the system.
He's
there.
not a regular.
Hey, you're a crim.
They don't even put him in the 17 when Hammer's there.
Hey, you're a crim.
You're a
I
criminal.
robbed you. Cop that.
Mate, I'm going to go Sione for now. For the Dragons. Young Dragons winger. Mate, his cup stats, 10 games, 8 tries, 38 tackle breaks.
Okay.
So he can bust a
I
tackle.
heard he's a bit of a meter eater as well.
He's averaging 138 metres per game. Obviously, we know Lomax leaving next year. Frees up a wing spot
Is
potentially.
this guy a winger or a centre?
He's a winger.
He's a winger. Okay.
So frees up a wing spot there. So it's an opportunity for him to have a breakout game. But if his cup stats are anything to go by, I think he'll fit right in. to
It's a big
NRL.
step up to versing Penrith. So
It
we'll
is.
see what happens.
It is.
We'll see what happens.
Someone to watch.
Maybe Brad Schneider will be putting a few bombs up his way.
Yeah, mate. Wouldn't be surprised.
Speaking of that game, I'll be going Liam Henry for the Panthers. I think he's started here and there, mostly off the bench. I think he's just an absolute workhorse from what I've seen of him. He's 22 years of age. He's normally a middle forward playing on the edge this week, but I think he's one of those players that you can put him in your team and you know that you'll get a job done with
That's
him.
what I thought. I thought he's a middle forward. I never thought he could have that versatility of playing on the edge. So I am keen to see how he goes there.
Good player.
But yeah.
Good player.
They've
Liam
definitely
Henry.
touted him as one of their future stars in their ranks. So
Well, they
keen
lose
to see
Fisher
him.
Harris, so he's going to have to step up next year and now. Okay.
Beautiful.
What's next?
Trifecta.
Trifecta. I've got to put my hand up here, boys. I forgot to post the trifecta
It's all right, mate.
on the socials,
It's all right.
and we fucking hit
But
it.
at least we posted on Dabble, right?
And Jimmy forgot to put it on Dabble.
Oh.
And it's the week we hit it. Who do we pick? Mick, you did Holmes. Jim, you did yourself. You picked Mariner.
Yep.
Easy try there. And I did AJ. Easy. We nailed it.
Wouldn't have been paying a lot, but
It'll be probably 5 or 6.
Hey, it's a winner.
mate.
So like, we've gone
Winners win.
we've gone 12 weeks and no wins, and Age forgets to post the one time.
One
match,
time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is. Maybe
it-
it's an omen. Maybe I don't post it.
We'll
and we'll
rewind.
keep hitting.
No, we posted. We're gonna hit this week. I'm going James Tedesco. I think fresh off getting not picked in Origin, be looking to win.
Make a statement, eh? He wants to bounce back.
Looking to score a try for sure.
Jimmy.
Mate, I'm going to go Jesse McLean for Penrith.
Yep.
Replaces Tor on the left wing, I believe.
Left wing doesn't get much love in that Penrith.
It doesn't get much love, but Mate, he's maybe this week we'll
Yeah.
get some love.
Maybe without Luai there, maybe out the back more.
Yep.
Wait, do you think Schneider will play left or right?
Trying to play raw.
Oh, yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
has Cole locked in that 5'8" spot? Is this
No,
another
I think,
battle?
I
I
think
don't
Cole's
think
going
Is
to
this
play
a Cole
left.
versus Schneider battle as well?
No, I think Cole will go left.
What about when Luai's back? Who makes way?
Cole.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But Cole was fucking good last week. He was our 5 out of the week.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I think it's another little battle there. I'm going Ronaldo.
I feel like he's picked him in the last 3 weeks.
I don't know, but fuck, he hasn't been scoring.
I'll tell you why, Jim. Eels have conceded 6 tries to left wingers in the last 5 games. So you do the math. Ronnie's going over, and he has a good record against Eels.
So you're having a go at Simonson?
I'm not having a go at him himself. Their whole edge.
Okay.
Yes. So, yeah, expect Ronaldo to go over.
Right, Eels have conceded 6 tries. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Do you want to read that one more time?
No,
for
no,
Just
the
read it
listeners?
again, Jim. Just
No,
time
no,
for
no,
you.
no.
one more
No,
time
no,
for the
it's fine.
listeners.
It's fine.
Fill up the fridge. So last week, none of us hit. I went Sele, went off with a shoulder injury after like 12 minutes. Jimmy, you went Nas.
Yeah, I don't think he looked like scoring Nas.
And Age, you went
And,
Nichols.
Yeah, the GOAT got benched and then, didn't score.
So I've seen that you've written down Hazleton here. You cannot pick him. You picked him in the last 3 weeks. So we gave you Ronaldo. Pick another one. I'm going Terrell
let me have a
May.
look.
Starting. Roosters don't have any front rowers on their bench. I mean, there's people that can play in the middle, but I think he's looking at big minutes and, I think he'll do some damage. Jimmy, who are you going with?
Mate, I'm going to go Leo Thompson. Has he scored his first try yet, Leo?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, Leo scored.
He has.
He did.
He did.
Okay, so I'm backing him for number 2 this weekend.
Oh, let me have a quick skizz. I'm going to go Josh Kerr off the bench. Is that a fridge?
We'll pay.
Yeah, mate, I'll
Perfect.
pay it.
Josh Kerr.
I'll pay it,
If he
mate.
plays on
you
the
go.
edge, we get to bash him next
It comes on the edge, short ball from Katoa. Thank you.
All right, here we go. My favourite segment. It's back after a long hiatus. Play on a penalty. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Do we get straight into
Do you
it?
want to refresh the rules for those who are new who might not know what it
So
means?
I'll say a statement and you either say play on, which is you agree with it,
Yep.
or penalty, you don't agree with it.
Wow, it's a simple game.
That's it.
Very
Let's
simple.
do
It's
it.
just one or two options.
Take us through it, Jim.
All right.
How did we
First
come
one.
up with that? We're so smart.
I don't know. First one, Teddy should still be New South Wales fullback.
Penalty, Edwards all day, said at the start of the year, and nothing's changing now. Dally M, leader.
I don't know if it's a play on. Like we said, you could go either way. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say penalty because I'm gonna trust the Madge process.
I'm happy for Edwards, so I'll penalise it.
Beautiful.
Next one, New South Wales full bench of forwards.
That's a penalty. I think we talked about it. If a back goes down,
It's penalty.
there's no one, no cover.
You don't even have Damien Cook to go centre.
No.
So I'm penalising that. I want Burden on the bench. Maybe
Yeah.
do a hashtag Burden for bench. There you go.
Hashtag
bad.
Birdo bench.
Birdo bench.
But yeah, penalty, you need a utility on the bench. Next one, Fifita not getting picked for Queensland.
A fucking sin bin. It's terrible. Like, he's been in good form. I
But
think
you
it's
don't know the method to the madness.
I know. That's why I can't see the method.
Like you're just outside looking in.
I know. But I've seen how good Fifita's playing. And if he's comparing last year to this year, you could argue he's playing better this year. So I don't know what Slater's looking at. He's obviously not looking at the same stuff as us. So I'm going to sin bin Slater for that.
I'm going penalty for sure. I think if you've got Fifita at your disposal, you have to be putting him in your team.
Bro, Fifita
Off the bench, starting wherever, he'll do a job.
As much as I love Fifita and I would love for him to be in the Queensland, I'm going to play it on.
Wow.
Because I think there's a reason why he hasn't been picked. And for whatever reason that is, I'm going to back Billy.
Theoretically,
That's fair.
you lose game 1. Is he in your side for game 2?
Depending on...
If he fixes his
Oh, yeah.
problems. Obviously,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like, I mean... If
It has to be defensively. It has to be defensively
it has to be those effort areas.
and it has to be effort areas. Because
Yeah.
his attack's great. It has to be defensively. That's all it is. Yeah.
All right, next one. Rabbitohs winning the comp.
Fuck it.
Play on. And did you not see our performance against Para? We just need to win the
I
next.
think I'm going to
like,
penalise it this year.
we just need to win 8 games in a row or so.
Is that all?
I'm going to do a 6 again because I want to see it happen. 6 again.
This year?
6 again. I want it to happen, but will it happen? No.
So you're penalising it.
I'm penalising the realistic nature of it happening.
That's a good way of saying it, Age.
Well done.
There you go.
Covered yourself there, but play on for me.
And then last one, Eels and Broncos are losing this past round. Didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming.
I saw Eels losing for sure.
Of course you did.
and I didn't see Broncos losing.
I did not see that coming.
But I'm going to say play on because it happened.
Yeah,
And I'm happy.
I wanted to see Titans win. I love an upset, and obviously South broke their six losing drought. So
Play it on.
Yeah, play on. Happy with that.
All right, that's Play on a Penalty. Listener questions for this week. First one at Shmira_J.10. Which team can turn their season around?
Jesus,
So we're almost
it's a tough
halfway
one.
through the year.
Yeah.
Who can turn their season around?
My heart says Warriors. I want them to turn it around. Gutsy win. They had like 10 players out and they won. Hopefully they get a few players back. SJ needs to come back. Sheck's a few more weeks away. You know, Adam Fanua-Blake will be back. I don't know what happened to him. Didn't want to sing the same song. So I'm jumping on the bandwagon. Fingers crossed I can sneak into the 8.
Your Warriors are a good shout. I was going to say Cowboys, but I think this Origin run might be horrid for you guys.
I'm going to go Parramatta. I think with Moses back,
Are they too far down though?
I think they can string some wins together now.
Yeah.
Moses back is huge. Gusso's back as well.
How many Origin players do they have? Just Hopgood?
Just hop go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a good period for like South
Does-
Para Warriors
here's one for
to
you.
get some wins.
New South Wales lose game 1. Does Moses come in game 2?
Yeah.
Depends.
Yeah.
It depends if it was up to Hynes not steering the ship correctly. I'll tell you who does come in for game 2, Latrell Mitchell.
Oh, that's
Trell
spicy.
Mid.
Imagine
That's a
having,
spicy one.
imagine Madge, I lost game 1, need some X factor.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, best center in the comp. Bang.
On his day.
Best center in the comp. Bang.
Over Manu?
Best center in the comp. Bang.
Wow. Huge.
Oh, how good. All right, next one at Liam.Peel. Bit of a different one, boys, but which player has the best try celebration?
Ooh, I didn't mind. I like the Indigenous celebrations over the weekend. Ezra Mann did
I
a
love
good one.
Try July.
Try July's the best.
It's good fun.
Yeah, it's coming up.
But no one really does celebrations anymore.
No.
You got the Fox who does that one where he like rips his
Yeah,
chest.
the Fox one's good.
Can we open it up to like maybe all
All-time? Yeah. Have you got an all-time one?
I didn't mind Conrad Harrell every time he scored. Look down
the
the camera,
kiss.
do the kiss down the camera.
Like the obvious one, GI Goanna.
The Goannas.
The goal on is iconic.
Infamous. It's the best.
Iconic. Like Nathan Blacklock doing his, the
Backflip.
somersaults. Virgo somersault.
Yeah, the
But
backflips
now-
and shit. What about current? Is there anyone?
Like Latrell's got his bunny ears celebration
Yeah.
for the kangaroo totem.
I think Ronaldo loves a good celebration. Muratala.
If
I
Ronaldo
guess.
chucked the Sue,
He
that'll be
should.
the guy.
He's done it before though.
He's done it?
Yeah, he's done it before, but he doesn't do it
Like the
anymore.
Panthers boys love a good celebration, like To'o and
Yeah.
stuff.
One of my favourite ones was when Gutho did the Gutherino on Sammy, and then the next time they played, Sammy scored over Gutho and did it back to him.
Yeah, that's good.
That was good.
That's
Stuff
good
like that is good. And like when Tigers pumped Cowboys,
X Factor.
they did the X, and the next week I think it was Luch and Murray
Yeah,
Talani
the
did the X.
DX. Yeah.
So
That was
stuff
good.
like that's good. But yeah, not many current players do celebrations. I think they're
I guess
pretty
it's
humble
just-
these days.
It's just tough,
yeah.
You're asking to get ridiculed.
Yeah, you don't want to be
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah. Next one at Joseph_Curiosity. Which team will be most impacted by the origin period this season? Well, I think we spoke about it.
It's going to be the Cowboys. 6 players out. Let's take Cowboys away. Who's your next one?
next? Like someone like Broncos, they have a lot of players in there, don't they? Carrigan, Haas,
Walsh.
they got Walsh,
Cobbo.
Piakura, Mams in the extended, Cobbo. Yeah,
Yeah.
Broncos will
I'm
cop
going to
it.
say Sharks. I think they lose their best forward and they lose their best player.
Yeah, they do have a good
What
replacement.
about
but yeah, it
Panthers?
is-
Panthers
have-
will be
they have-
okay?
At least they have
They have a
depth.
bit of depth,
Yeah.
but they are missing like already Cleary. Then you got Luai, you got Yo. Who else? To'o.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're also going to cop it.
Edwards.
Yeah. What about Storm? Oh, Edwards. Oh, yeah. Fuck. Penrith. But they have depth to cover it.
Storm.
Harry
Harry
Grant.
Grant.
Munster's
Munster's out for the year. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Like he's just out
Yeah, for the Origin
for the
series.
Origin series.
And Coates.
Coach
Yeah.
as well. I think, it's got to be
Yeah.
Cows.
Cows
are-
definitely. Especially
Cows.
because you guys aren't doing well at all.
We're not
And you
doing
don't
well.
have the depth. If you look at your back line,
Oh, mate.
you're
it's-
cast.
no,
your
it's
back
no
line's
good.
cast.
No good this.
No,
No good this
feel
week.
bad for you guys.
Last question for this week at kingy.tl. What is your guys' favourite stadium to watch footy at?
Combank Stadium, because I love how vertical it is. So no matter where you are, you're sort of on top of the field.
Yeah.
And that's similar vibes to Suncorp. So yeah, Combank, I love Combank.
I love a suburban ground.
Do you?
I love
Give us an example.
Brooksvale.
Brooks, yeah.
Like
I do.
on the hill, best.
The thing I love about Brookie is like you can go to the breweries first, go
Like,
to the hill,
it's just a day
then go
out.
out as well.
But like I
after it.
just love those like suburban grounds, like Leichhardt as well. It's great to watch footy at.
Yeah.
Belmore, like
more intimate.
the Cogra,
Yeah.
like on the hill. Like I think it's just
Yeah.
it's mad.
See, I'm going to
shout.
go opposite. I prefer an actual stadium that I don't have to stand up. I'm not waiting in long queues for like that
Yeah.
Manly Hill waiting for beers. It's a long wait.
Yeah.
After Magic Round,
Suncorp.
I think it's got to be Suncorp Stadium.
Yeah, Suncorp's
we were
really
in the
good.
nosebleeds at the very top, and I felt like I was watching the game on my television. It was
good.
It was a perfect setup. And then when we went down on the floor seats,
Yeah.
I was like, shit, this is why this stadium gets rugby league and an Origin host.
Allianz is really good as well, the new one.
Yeah, it's definitely they've built it the same sort of structure as Combank and Suncorp in that vertical manner.
Yeah.
Worst, I'm sorry, a core stadium. It's not
Yeah.
designed for rugby league, and you can tell when you're sitting there, it's just not it.
If you're not in the
Yeah.
front 30 rows or so, you feel like you're fucking on another stage.
And
What
not
about-
to
what
mention,
about,
no one wants to fucking trek it out to Homebush.
Yeah. What about a cricket ground game like SCG?
Oh, that's probably the
Oh,
worst.
they're the worst.
They're the
Because you're
worst.
so far away from the action.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we haven't been to like Melbourne, Amy Park. Be good.
No, I haven't been to Amy Park.
I think that'd be
So I haven't
good.
tested that out. Haven't been to anywhere in New Zealand.
New Zealand ones would be
Yeah.
mad.
Yes.
That'd be
Well,
good
I visited
atmosphere.
Mount Smart when I went to New Zealand, remember in November, but it was
Yeah.
no game on. But I feel like the atmosphere would carry that
Oh,
stadium a
Yeah.
lot.
That
Yeah.
would lift it up heaps.
Newcastle, I feel like we got to check
Oh,
out to
Newcastle would be
Newcastle.
sick.
What about
Yeah.
GIO if it's packed out in the freezing cold?
Speaking of stadiums, remember 2 weeks ago on the Magic Round pod, we were trying to work out why Brisbane take their games away for Magic
Yeah.
Round.
Yeah, why is that?
Because if they made it home, then all the season ticket holders would take up all
would
the
get
seats.
the tickets. Okay.
I found
That's a
the
bit of a
answer for you
loophole,
guys.
and they get the home game anyway.
Correct.
So
And
Well
then
done,
like
Mick.
the whole stadium's out for day one. So thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Maybe next
No,
year.
well done, mate.
far out.
Anyway,
Well done,
that's
Mick.
listener
I reckon we
questions.
ended on that.
Yeah, I think
Nick's
that's
fun
good.
fact of the week.
Remember, Origin Preview
Yes.
Pod dropping Sunday night straight after the Roosters Cowboys
Yes.
game. We're going to go through all our predictions, winners, try scorers,
Yeah.
men of the match. All of it will be covered.
Yep.
But that's all
Everything.
from
We
me.
didn't even touch the surface, but
No.
yes, that is all from Mick
That's all from me.
and all from me. So see you on Sunday.
See you guys.